Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings today. We are going to be tackling some hard truths. So we're using the hardest divination things that I have, which is the Rider-Waite Tarot and the Younger Futhark, and we're going to tackle some hard truths and basically see some advice from the runes on how to deal with them. So we have 3 cards to choose from. One of these has a reading for you. Maybe all 3 of them have readings for you. Who knows? Just basically feel into the cards, see which one of them has a reading for you. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you there. Bye! Hello, brave people who chose card number 1. So let's see what hard truth this is talking about. And we have the Knight of Swords. So, driven by ideas. Somebody driving forward with an idea. So maybe you've been driving forward with an idea that maybe has been scaring people. I don't know. We'll see how hard this truth is when we draw the Younger Futhark runes for this. Because it doesn't look that hard, but the horse is scared, so maybe that's an indication. So once again, the Younger Futhark is a little bit more brutal as far as the messages that it gives. It's also, even the runes that look the same as the Elder Futhark, there's a slightly different meaning for them. So it's actually really interesting. Interesting. That's really funny, considering. Okay, so central issue here is Berkana reversed, or sorry, Bjork reversed. Bjork is the rune of its beginnings, but it's newness and it's new things, and it's like new beginnings, but it also may be, in the Younger Futhark, really only lies that are told to sort of buy time and luck. And it's reversed, so I'm going to say this may be saying that you've been lying to yourself about something, and that's your hard truth for this reading. So somewhere in your life, you may be lying to yourself. Leading up to this, there's a sense, and this actually ties in with this a lot as well. There's Sol. I want to say Sovila because that's what it is in the Elder, but in the Younger it's Sol, and that's the sun rune, but it has to do with illuminating the darkness and vanquishing evil and darkness and things like that. So there is a sense of that this sort of is how it started, as to illuminate the darkness and vanquish the darkness. But there is an element that it has led to where you aren't being entirely truthful with yourself. You've been sort of, in order to maintain something that this led to, you've sort of not been honest with yourself about it. So, probably about the situation. What is going to help you is, we have Is, and Is is the rune of ice, and in the Younger Futhark it has to do with something that's solid and strong and creates a bridge between lands. So we'll just read it as sort of like a bridge between people. It's like a solidness that is, between people. So maybe there's something that, maybe the lie that you've been building has been not bridging between people. Maybe it's something that maybe the truth is right there and you've been sort of avoiding it. So if you allow for this, if you actually bridge that gap with some solidness, then it's going to open up your mind to what it really is, what the situation really is, and that you'll be able to sort of overcome that. You'll be able to stop lying to yourself and sort of get on with ththings. What doesn't help is we have Logr, which is the rune of, it's the lake, it's water, it's the flow, it's, in the Younger Futhark, it's the water that flows down, so it's like this unstoppable force, and it's this constant flow, and it's emotional based, and it's this whole thing of, I'm not saying that this is your situation, but let's take the example of internet, just constant news for the clicks, which isn't necessarily going to be integrity checked. You definitely want to get your news from somewhere that has like a code of conduct or a code of ethics where it's actually integrity checked, because those are the ones that are going to really mostly try. They're going to try to be presenting the truth instead of ones that are just in it for the clicks. And because when you open yourself up to what is there, and it's just this constant barrage of riches, but it's like, beware of the riches that flow down from on high, because you don't know where this is coming from, and it's constant. It's a constant flow, and it can carry you away, as it seems to have done. The horse is scared. The horse is representative of spirit, and is worried about you driving forward with this thing. It's like, sure, you want to illuminate the darkness, you want the truth, but truth isn't something that you pick. Truth is what is. Truth is what is, even if everything else falls away. I don't know how else to say that. It's like, whether you believe in it or not, the truth is the truth. And that's basically what we're dealing with here, is like, that it's this constant flow is going to keep you submerged in this lie that you're doing, when the truth is just really visible and you could actually find it really easily. So you want to bridge that and get back to the truth that is the truth that is there, even if you don't believe in it. There it is. So it's easy to get overwhelmed, but it's not worth it. And ultimately what you're going to end up wanting to do, your outcome, is to recognize the blessing that you do have, that is the sacrifice of... See, the thing about Ride, this is the Ride rune, unlike Rider, which is just the life's journey, Ride has to do with you are being carried and it's a blessing for you, but it's the toil of somebody else. So it's basically the toil of the horse. So the outcome is recognizing that where you are is basically wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for those who were toiling and sacrificing. So it's not saying, I'm not trying to guilt you, but it's like a more holistic view of the situation, rather than just you driving forward and not giving any notice to what's actually happening. So it's a bit complex, but there you go. Card number 1, your hard truth. Good luck. You were brave to even click, so there we are. And good luck solving that. And be kind to your horse, aka spirit. Spirit craves truth. So there we go. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, brave people who clicked card number 2 for your hard truth today. So I'm going to turn this, if it's upside down, I'm going to turn it right side up. We're not doing reversals today. And we have, oh my gosh, lots of conflict, lots of people trying to exert their will, and you among them. You're all trying to say, this is what I want, this is trying to exert your will and your communication, and you're all sort of clashing. Now, I was at an event at one point where somebody raised the very important point that if these people could just get their act together, they could build something. So that's basically where you're currently standing, is a great deal of conflict, a great deal of conflict of will, conflict of message, all of that. So let's see what the Younger Futhark has to say to expand on that and offer some assistance. Once again, the Younger Futhark is a little bit more brutal than the Elder for the Others Chaos. Little more brutal than the Elder Futhark. It pulls no punches. And oh my gosh, we've had here's 2 of the same runes as were in the past one, which is really interesting. In the same spots, which is just really cool. Okay, so as per the card, the central issue is basically exactly that. We have chaos happening. This is Hagal, which is the hailstorm rune. It's basically, tale as old as time. These are situations and settings that basically what you're dealing with has been here since the chaos that you're dealing with has been that way from the dawn of time. The gods put it in place, basically. And so even though it's a spirit killing kind of like essence killing, death by cold grain after cold grain, it's chaos, it's out of your control, and it's just basically a crazy mess. So leading up to this, there is a sense of you were seeking truth, you were seeking illumination of darkness, you were trying to vanquish the darkness, but now you're in just this total conflict. So to face that, what's going to help is find a way to bridge these gaps. Find a way to bridge the gap between you and those that you're in conflict with. This is Ys. Ys is the ice rune. In the Younger Futhark, it has to do with solid, like a hard and solid bridge, like between land, and in this case between minds. So just find a bridge. Find a way to bridge that. If you can do that, that's going to help a lot. You might be able to start aligning these sticks and maybe build something. It's going to involve coming out of your comfort zone. We have what isn't helping. We have As, which is the rune of the god, and also the home, the sanctuary. It's if you sort of just like blinder yourself and like block yourself off and say, no, this is my foundation. This is what this is my comfort zone. I refuse to let any other viewpoints in because that will destroy my home. It's like, well, no, it won't. And second of all, you want to build a bridge. The more bridges you can build, the greater your world will be, the more expansive your range, and it's a good idea to do it. So it's going to be one of those things where you're in this state of chaos. Try to bridge that, at least some of it, and you will be able to really address the challenge much better than. And it's easy challenge to address. We have. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? This is the Younger Futhark. I was almost saying this is the challenge and it's upright and so it's easy to walk through. But it's actually Thurs, and Thurs is the thorn and the giant. And in the Younger Futhark, it has to do with something that you really want to find a word for. It's a tormentor, basically. So what you're going to be doing is confronting at that point. Once you've bridged and once you've get each other all on sort of the same page, you can really face what's actually the tormentor in this case. So whatever that ends up being, you can maybe build something, and this could be something psychologically, or just basically like socially, with the people you're arguing with, and just to actually direct your attention and frustration towards what the actual, I was almost going to say challenge again, what the actual tormentor is, and see what you can do to build a ward against that. So that, brave card number 2, people, is your reading about your current hard truth that you're dealing with. So good luck. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 3, people. Brave card number 3, people who are addressing one of the hard truths in your life. That's good for you for even being brave enough to click it and seeing what this is. So I'm going to turn this card over, and if it's upside down, I'll turn it right side up because I'm not doing reversals. And we're going to see what hard truth we are going to be addressing in your life. Okay, you've been up nights, worrying, a lot of energy, energy up in the air, a lot of worries, a lot of, just mind torment. So you just really have to address this. You have to just face the fact that this is something that is keeping you up, and this is something that is just really bugging you and affecting your life more than you know. So laying down some of the Younger Futhark runes to see if we can clarify some of this. Okay, now which one is that? Okay, it is this one, and it is actually this one. There are 2 runes in the Younger Futhark that look exactly like this, but one is upside down and the other one isn't. So the one that is the one that looks like this has a chip on it, so I know which one it is. But this one actually went down like this, so we're good. We're already ready to go. So, central issue here, we have Logr, and Logr is the rune of the water, but it's the water that flows down from up. So it's just this unstoppable force, just this constant flow of what could be interpreted as riches, but it's also just beware of the riches that come down from on high. It's just like this constant barrage. And leading up to this, this is R, which is the rune of the harvest, and it has to do with plenty and the benefits of fertility and all that good stuff. So you had the part where it was plenty, and now it's just like too much. There's like too much coming in. It's too much coming in all at once for you, and you really need to acknowledge this, that it's too much right now. And yes, there's riches in it, but it's just, you don't even have time You feel like it's just like this constant barrage, and maybe this is information, you know, maybe this is like just the constant inflow of the news that is just so upsetting, that's keeping you up. Goodness knows what's all going on, and that's basically the thing. So what will help you is, we have Sol, and Sol is the rune of the sun, and it's what illuminates the darkness, and it's what vanquishes evil, and it's just, we all want that, and that's definitely something that would be really, really good. The thing about this is, it's just sort of, I guess it's saying, do what you can do to illuminate the darkness. So if you're dealing with possible misinformation, make sure that you're really, really making sure that you're getting the barrage that you're getting, make sure that's coming from an integrity, like a source that has like a code of ethics where they have integrity as part of it, which means they're going to make sure that you're getting the truth. So that's part of it. Another thing, just make sure that in your life, you've got your darkness is illuminated, as far as just make sure that you're just more in the same, I didn't do this for anybody else, so this is a special thing I'm doing for you. I really want to clarify this line. So let's see what this says. Oh, thanks. That's like actually no help. So no, it's plenty help, and it's just going to be a little bit more complicated, so that's fine. Okay, so basically open up to the fact that we have Hagal, which is the rune of the hailstorm, which is chaos and that sort of thing, but it's like what was put in place at the dawn of time. So remember that this is very, very, very natural. What is happening right now is, even though humans are still part of nature, and human nature is still nature. And this is just very natural stuff that humans were like from the beginning of time, and just like open up to that, and open up to the illumination of that, and just that this will pass. I don't see any time runes on here, but I don't know if we have time runes in the Younger Futhark. I don't think we do. So anyway, basically just sort of think of nature, open up to, I'm going to bring this through from the Elder Futhark meaning, which is basically your source energy. So tap into whatever nourishes you, and take what nourishes you out of the flow, and let the rest of it just flow on past. Now, what isn't going to help is you're going to be just basically feeling frantic to find some solid ground. And the fact that everything is chaos and being nature is going to make it very difficult for you to find solidity during this time. This is East, it's the rune of ice. In the Younger Futhark, it has to do with strong and solid bridges between lands. And just if you're constantly looking for that, and through that, sort of like your wealth. I mean, again, wealth is contested, so you feel like maybe it's something you have to fight for to have some sort of solidity. This is all what's dragging you down at this point. Everything just feels like it's being pulled out from under you. So once again, bring yourself back to the remembering the good, trying to see the good, trying to see the illuminated good, and what light and truth is helping us with. And also just remembering that this is nature. This is just the way things have been from the beginning of time, and to light what you can. And what this is actually going to lead to is just you remembering that humanity is potential. This is Madra, and it's the rune of humanity, but as humanity as potential. What you choose to do, that's your take on life. So you could really, strive and do some things that you will be proud of, and that you are going to be able to look at and go, yeah, I did that. I'm happy I did that. Or you could just choose to do nothing and end up adding to the dust at the end of your life. So that's basically what Mother is in the Younger Futhark. But basically to remember that you do have potential to affect your life. You have, just affect what you can, and if there's something that you can do, absolutely do it. It will help bring more light in, and it will help you feel better, and maybe help you sleep a little better. So that is your hard truth, you brave card number 3 people. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.